When thinking about Arizona, most people would immediately think of the warm climate and the stunning landscapes that come with it. However, over time, that hasn't been the only thing on the minds of retirees hoping to make the state their home. Arizona's tax laws have played a major part in making it a tax haven for retirees, and while its landscape is one of the biggest parts of why retirees choose to live in the state, its tax landscape is also up there with the top most reasons as to why it's a premier state to retire in. This is Intelligentsia, real life advice for practical and financial goals. Today, we want to talk about Arizona's tax laws, how you can benefit from their tax laws, and what it looks like for retirees hoping to retire in Arizona. So let's get to it. In terms of taxes, most of the time, people start talking about income tax first because that's the first thing people think about. Which is understandable because when thinking about money, you'd like to think of the money going into your accounts first. Process-wise, that's just where it all starts, and because there's money going in, there's also the idea that your income is getting taxed. That said, in the state of Arizona, there is income tax, however, it's considered relatively low. Its tax rates are divided into brackets through a progressive system. The rates for these are 2.59% for income up to $27,272 for single filers, 34% for income between $27,273 and $54,544, 4.17% for income between $54,545 and $163,632, 4.5% for income between $163,000 and $327,265, and a flat 4.5% for income above $327,265. Understand that these rates do not include other forms of retirement income, as we'll discuss in a bit. As for forms of income, we want to talk about retirement income, as in retirement, most of your income will come for this. One attractive feature about Arizona's tax landscape is that it offers favorable tax rates and tax exemption for retirees. For one, Arizona does not tax Social Security benefits, thus allowing retirees to reap the full rewards of their Social Security money. Apart from that, most pensions, whether public or private, are exempt from income taxes as well. This is great for retirees, as most of them will get their pensions from their 401k accounts or from their former employers. This also includes military pensions, which is a unique benefit that's offered in Arizona. Pensions from the Armed Forces, National Guard, and Reserves are entirely exempt from state income tax. However, some retirement accounts are taxable, such as IRA and 401k distributions. While 401k plans are generally taxable, most of them are exempt. The state also offers a $2,500 exemption for distributions of retirees aged 65 and older, thus reducing the overall tax burden for retirees. With all these benefits offered to retirees, it's no wonder that it's considered a tax haven, as retirement income is a bulk of what you earn in your golden years. So you'd benefit from a lot if you can keep it largely intact. Next thing that we like to talk about is property taxes in Arizona. After you get your income and you're in the planning stage of your move, the next thing you'll think of is where you'll live and how much you'll be paying for. Some retirees would opt to buy a house, and some would prefer to rent out. Regardless of what you pick, however, there are still considerations to think of when it comes to taxes and other expenses. Property tax is a crucial consideration when retiring and settling down. In Arizona, property taxes are levied and administered at a county level. This is because it varies from county to county. The amount of property tax you'll be paying for depends on the county you decide to settle down in. It could also vary depending on other factors like which school district you're in and which city your property is located in. The difference between locations varies significantly, with rates going from around $10 to $20 or more per $100 of assessed value. In terms of valuation, property taxes are assessed based on the full cash value of your property. This is usually equivalent to its market value. From there, the county assessor's office determines the assessed value of the property, which is then used to calculate the property tax for it. While those are hefty taxes for property, Arizona offers retirees tax relief programs to help them alleviate their tax burdens. These programs include rebates, tax exemptions, and even freezing the assessed value of their property in order to maintain the pricing of their property. For instance, One of their programs is the Senior Valuation Protection, which essentially freezes the assessed value of their homes so that their tax rate is stable. Because of this program, their property's value does not go up by more than 5% annually, helping them maintain a stable tax rate. They also offer the Property Tax Rebate Program that helps retirees offset property tax expenses. This program is primarily offered to low-income senior citizens. Other than that, disabled veterans are also eligible for property tax exemptions. The specifics vary, however, and it's advisable to consult first with the Arizona Department of Veterans Services. That said, property taxes are a huge chunk of money that's essentially taking off your income. But if you can manage to pick a good location and take advantage of the numerous tax credits and exemptions that Arizona offers, you may be able to make the most out of your tax reductions. Moving on from property taxes, we have sales tax. In Arizona, there is a uniform nationwide sales tax of 5.6%, with the rate applying to most goods and services. Now, we've talked about location earlier and how property tax is different from each location. The same applies for sales tax. For instance, local jurisdictions in Arizona can apply their own sales tax rates. The rates vary significantly as well, with some areas having a higher total sales tax rate than the statewide rate. And while you're taxed for the majority of goods and services, there are some noteworthy exemptions like grocery items, prescription medicine, and medical devices. This helps out retirees a lot in terms of reducing their overall tax rate, and expenses is one of the key factors to focus on in retirement is your health and healthcare services and goods. Other exemptions include real property sales, charitable organizations, and certain government services. While sales tax adds up, exemptions for commonly bought items by retirees help you a lot in making sure that you're able to afford your healthcare necessities. It's a generally tax-favorable environment that provides retirees a good option in making Arizona their retirement home. That said, here are some other programs that greatly benefit retirees hoping to settle down in Arizona. The Retirement Income Exclusion. This is a significant benefit to retirees as this program allows individuals aged 65 and older to exclude some of their eligible retirement income from state income tax. The maximum exclusion amount is $3,500 per person. Income sources that are eligible sources for the exclusion may include Social Security benefits, pensions, and some retirement account distributions. This helps out in reducing the overall tax liability for retirees. If you're a retiree living on fixed income, this helps out greatly as it removes a lot of variables and you're offered a more stable amount. Another one is the Homestead Property Tax Credit. This one is essentially a property tax credit for qualified homeowners. The financial relief offered here is catered towards retirees who own a primary residence. If you are at least 65 years of age, having a total household income below a specific threshold, and you met the other requirements outlined by the Arizona Department of Revenue, you may just be eligible for this program. The amount that's credited does vary from year to year, so it's important to keep yourself updated with the information. And lastly, the Senior Property Valuation Protection Program helps retirees that are concerned with price changes in the housing market. It's no secret that property taxes can rise with the assessed value of a property with annual changes. Because of this program, the annual increase is capped at 5%, helping retirees mitigate the taxed amount for their property. And there you have it for now. Arizona has always been a popular state for its amenities, but if that wasn't enough to convince you, then maybe their tax incentives and tax-friendly environment will. If you've enjoyed this video and found us helpful, please hit the like and subscribe button. We'd like to be able to grow alongside you, and we're pumped to have you on our next video. Stay mentally healthy, and let's get financially fit together.